Hello everybody and welcome to Warlords of Sigrdrifa episode 11 anime review. This week's episode we began the big fight again, re-attacking the big old Mount Fuji Pillar. Odin was there, he got some cool new armor, which is great. Things seem to be going very well for the heroes this time around though, which is a little bit strange, almost too well. But I think we're going to get a pretty straightforward heroes win the day ending, which is, you know, it's fine. It's whatever. I'm okay with. Honestly, I'm okay with that kind of ending for this show. It should be good. Hopefully, we don't get friendship ending with Odin though. It's like, oh yes, we can be friends again. Let's just kill Odin. You know, he's got cool armor. He's got like a mech. Let's just wreck the dude. But anyway, let's get into the episode. See exactly how everything went down, and do this thing. So the episode begins with Claudia in this mystical tree realm, I don't really know what to call it, and she sees Odin and these other figures, which I'm presuming are like the other Norse gods. There's 3 more blonde girls there, and they're like, come here, Odin, Claudia. So, yeah, not too sure what that's about. Presumably Claudia is like one of these siblings. My Norse mythology is bad, but I'm going to assume they are like all... There was probably 4 sisters in Norse mythology. Words are hard, and Claudia's one of them. But she's like raised as a human, so she's gonna be a human basically. Everybody, after that, everybody goes about their morning and everything. We see a little. Is it a montage? We'll call it a montage. Then we cut to everybody getting changed. We see so many thighs, so many bellies, so many everything. It's great stuff. Thumbs up. 10 out of 10. Cannot argue. Into their flight gear, obviously. They all get on their planes and, you know, take off, and there's this insert song playing, which is pretty nice, and then they all salute the ground people, and it's like, we're into the final battle. It's gonna be awesome. But then, of course, we're about to go back in time a little bit and see the preamble to the final battle. Why couldn't they just do this in chronological order? Damn it! Is it because they wanted to play the insert song? I mean, yeah, it's probably exactly what it is, and we're being completely honest. So they've mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again. If they lose this battle, then humanity is pretty screwed. So that's not great. They've got these retired pilots that come out of, you know, they're here to fight too. They're talking to those 2 young ones that like admired Sonica. That I don't remember their names. They're not important. And they're like, you old people, you can't die. We need you to work hard once, you know, the fighting's done. And they're like, oh, these whippersnappers, we're not scared of no gods, we're only scared of women. And it's like, yeah, agreed, I guess. The commander we know, Satomi, I think that's his name. He's the head of this operation. He's basically the head of the army now, because the previous dude got laser blasted by Thor last attack. He gives a big old rousing speech for everybody, being all like, hey, we will kick this god's ass. And everyone's like, yeah, kick this god's ass. And I can't remember what else he said. But yeah, the navigators are all like, cheer up, my dude. I don't remember. But yeah, they give a speech and the battle is about to begin, is the important information here. Claudia has another vision of Odin. It's there in the tree realm, I don't know what you want to call it. It's the birthplace, basically, of both Odin and Claudia, it turns out. But Claudia is like, this place has long since been destroyed, because it's a dream realm, it's not real. Odin, is trying to create as many dead warriors as possible for his army so he can win Ragnarok. So the reason he kept making all the Valkyries, and, you know, they would go and die, and then every time they died, they would be added to his army. So, I mean, I guess his end goal was, I'm going to give you power so they can go and die, so then I can get them, basically. Which is very heartless, Odin, you asshole. He's here. Odin is like, come home, Claudia. And she is like, no, I'm not going to do that. I have my people now. And then he says, very well then, I will kill you, and then you will be part of my evil dead army. And then she responds by stabbing him in the neck with a sword. And it was like, whoa! I mean, it's justified. But whoa, that came out of nowhere. And then, you know, she wakes up from her little vision. Everyone else is like, bruh, relax. You know, relax, it's okay. Obviously, this doesn't actually kill Odin. I don't even feel like I need to say it. But yeah, it was a dream. Odin is very much still alive, real Odin. But my guess is it was like he infiltrated her dream, and but he's fine though. That's important. He's not actually dead. But Claudia is all for the humans, so let's do this. Everyone's in the air already, and by everyone I mean everyone except the 4, main Valkyrie squad. The reason for that, right, is they are on standby for the start, for the beginning of the battle. This is part of Azu's strategy to preserve them as long as possible. It was like, what, at least 0.2, ideally 0.3, and 0.4 would be a goddamn miracle. So the other two, the two little girls, they're flying at the moment with the old men and all that. So Odin is watching too on the thing. Is like, oh yes, a bold strategy. They end up, getting to 0.3, and all these old men and that, they're all like, we'll bet on that miracle to get to 0.4, and they do. Those two girls lead them into 0.4, so they get to 0.4, and then out of nowhere there's these snakes, these evil snake things they gotta fight, but then they get sent in the Valkyrie squad at 0.4. They're like, well done, you did good, now leave it to us. So everyone else retreats, and our main 4 show up, wreck those snakes, everybody else falls back, and it's up to our main 4 heroines to defeat win the day, defeat the Odin, and also Thor. He's there too, but he's not he is a threat. He's a very big threat. Hopefully they could do good at defeating him. So the 4 heroines plus the dude bros, they're also there, of course. They go after Thor, who is awake, which, him being awake, that causes everything around the world to be activated. However, this time they haven't got all the whole force of the world in one place. They're spread out, so although everything is activated all over the world, they've got people defending, around the world, so they're not getting overwhelmed this time. And they're also holding off the reinforcements for the pillar, so that hey, the enemy's not going to get reinforcements, so we can just focus on this. So it's doing good. Hero cannon didn't work on Thor, unfortunately, and then the Black Valkyrie shows up, and Azu is like, yes, just like I predicted. I'm, what's his name, Odin, not good at strategy. I'm better than him. And then he's like, okay, but can you stop this? Thor does his laser cannon, misses the base this time. They actually put the base in a different place, and Odin's there in his cool armor and everything. And then he's like, you will fear the power of a god. And then they're about to fight, I guess, Thor and Odin. So should go well. But that is where we ended this week's episode. As I say, every week there's a cool fight. It's good animated the whole time. CG kinda, but it doesn't look terrible, so that's good. But yeah, I enjoyed this week's episode. We got the finale next week. We'll have to see how we wrap this up. I can't see them going for anything other than a, hey, the good guys win the day ending. And honestly, that's kind of fine. I'm okay with that. This show, it feels like it needs that a little bit. It's very okay, this show. That's my honest opinion of it. It's not. I think its score, like on my anime list or whatever, way too low. But I don't think it's like a masterpiece or anything. I think it's just pretty enjoyable, and I think the beach episode derailed a lot of momentum. But every other episode's been pretty good, actually. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's been mostly pretty good. It's been mostly pretty good, and it's, hopefully it ends again on a mostly pretty good note. Who knows, though? If they win, though, like, do you see this becoming like a series? Like, do you think they're going to make more of this, like spin-offs or whatever else? They want to create a world or something? I think I get that kind of sense from it, because there's a lot of characters that don't get a lot of, a lot to them, like those 2 girls. Like, I get the sense that they want this to be a big, universe type thing. It's like, okay, we got spin-off manga, spin-off light novels, the main series. But who knows? That's time will tell that. But what was my favorite part of this week's episode? Well, let's have a look. So my favorite part is actually just how well everything seems to be going for them. They seem to have planned this out very well, to the point where, planned and then executed said plan very well, where nothing seems to be going wrong for them. Even when Odin and Thor showed up, it was like, yeah, I predicted that. It's whatever, It's no surprise what's gone on. And that's, honestly, it's kind of nice to see, but at the same time, it's been unbelievable, because things have been going too well. I think we needed a wrench to be thrown in the works. Maybe that's going to happen next week. We'll have to see. But for right now, I'm just like, yeah, it's in a funny way, in like an unbelievable funny way. It's like, yeah, okay, of course things would go that well on the second go around. Of course, I believe you. But no, it's still enjoyable. I'm not I'm not criticizing it, I just find it kind of amusing, we'll go with. But anyway, I think we're going to wrap this up here. Thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out next week. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the comments as well. I love reading them. But for right now, I will see you next week for another episode of this. So take care and bye guys.